BetBlitz.
Hello everyone, this is Mike with BetBlitz. Welcome back to your source for daily sports picks. Today is a new day and we are looking to set you up with a few of some of the best picks on both PrizePicks as well as Underdog. Please take a moment to hit the like button. In this video, we are challenging you to get this video above 250 likes, and if this video does get above that, we will be dropping a bonus pick in our next video. If you're new to the channel, take a moment to subscribe and turn on your post notifications so that you can have early access to our picks as soon as we post and before the lines get bumped. Also, at the end of the video, let us know which of the picks you will be taking, the ones you won't, or any other lines that you think have a great chance of hitting. Alright, let's get right into the best picks for today. So for our first pick, we'll be headed over to the points plus assists tab, and we'll be selecting Jrue Holiday for less than 17.5 points plus assists. Taking a quick look here on Outlier, and by the way, if you'd like to try Outlier yourself, use our link in the description below for a free 7-day trial. We see that Jrue Holiday has actually failed to exceed this line in 8 of his last 10 games. Additionally, Holiday has failed to exceed this line in 15 of his last 20 games. Now, Jrue Holiday and the Boston Celtics will be facing off against an Indiana Pacers team that during the regular season wasn't very good at stopping their opponents from scoring. They were a little bit better when it came to defending against opponent playmaking. However, they still gave up nearly 25 assists per game. When it came to defending opponent point guards, however, the Indiana Pacers were much better, ranking top 6 in both points and assists allowed to their opponents. In fact, they were best in the league at defending opponent assists. In their last round matchup, they had to face off versus Jalen Brunson, a very difficult stop. So while Jrue Holiday is a great player, they will have their hands a lot less full in guarding him. And here are Indiana's numbers for guarding the shooting guard position for those of you who want to see that as well. Taking a quick look here at his minutes, we see that Jrue Holiday is getting a solid dose of minutes over his last 10 games, averaging a steady 37 minutes per game. It's a little bit higher than we'd like to see it to take someone's under. However, although he has seen an increase in minutes, especially over the playoffs, it has not necessarily translated to an increase in his stats. For example, in his last game, he played over 41 minutes and finished the game with 13 points and 4 assists. Now, on the regular season, Jrue Holiday was a solid scorer as well as playmaker for the Boston Celtics, averaging a solid 12.5 points as well as near 5 assists. However, during these playoffs, he has taken a slight decline in his scoring as well as facilitating dropping to an average of under 10.5 points per game and close to 4 assists. So for all these reasons, again, we'll be taking Jrue Holiday for less than 17.5 points plus assists. For our next pick, we'll be headed over to the points plus rebounds tab, and we'll be selecting Obi Toppin for more than 12.5 points plus rebounds. Taking a quick look here on Outlier, we see that Obi Toppin has actually exceeded this line in 7 of his last 10 games. Additionally, Obi Toppin has exceeded this line in 70% of his last 20 games. And we also want to point out that in his last 5 matchups versus the Boston Celtics, Obi Toppin has exceeded this line in all of them. Now, Obi Toppin and the Indiana Pacers will be facing off against the Boston Celtics defense that during the regular season was very good, especially at defending opponents' scoring. They were a little bit more average when it came to defending against rebounding, however, still solid nonetheless. Now, although Boston was ranked high when it came to defending against opponent power forward scoring, they still were giving up an average of nearly 22 points per game, as well as over 10.5 rebounds per game to the position as well. Here are the numbers for the shooting guard position, for the small forward position, for those of you who want to see that as well. But overall, Obi Toppin should have plenty of opportunity to reach this line. Taking a quick look here at his minutes, we see that Obi Toppin is playing a solid dose of minutes off the bench for the Indiana Pacers over his last 10 games, averaging 19.5 minutes per game. So he should also have plenty of time to reach this line as well. On the regular season, Obi Toppin was a decent scorer as well as rebounder for the Indiana Pacers, averaging just above 10 points and just shy of 4 rebounds per game. However, during these playoffs, he has taken an increase to both his scoring as well as rebounding, increasing to a nice average of 11 points per game as well as 4.5 rebounds. And we also do want to point out that in his last 5 matchups versus the Boston Celtics, Obi Toppin has had averages of 11 points as well as 3 rebounds, which is well above his line. So for all these reasons, again, we'll be taking Obi Toppin for more than 12.5 points plus rebounds. Now, for those of you wisely making picks with Underdog Fantasy, we wanted to share a couple of plays that we thought had a great chance of hitting, and that's Pascal Siakam for lower than 0.5 double doubles, as well as Jason Tatum for higher than 0.5 double doubles. And if you like making picks on things like the traditional PRA stats, but also want access to making picks on things like double doubles as well as triple doubles, check out Underdog Fantasy because right now, when you use code BETBLITZ, you'll receive a free pick as well as $250 in bonus cash after you sign up. Now, for our third pick, we'll be headed over to the points plus assist tab, where we'll be selecting Jason Tatum for less than 35.5 points plus assists. Taking a look here on Outlier, again, use our link in the description below for a free 7-day trial. You see that Jason Tatum has actually fallen below this line in 8 of his last 10 games. Additionally, Jason Tatum has fallen below this line in 80% of his last 20 games. Now, Jason Tatum will be facing off against an Indiana Pacers defense that during the regular season was not ranked very high when it came to points allowed to opponent small forwards as well as assists allowed. However, they still were giving up under 24 points per game as well as just 4 assists position. Here's Indiana's defensive numbers to the power forward position for those of you who want to see that as well. But overall, Jason Tatum should not have plenty of opportunity to reach this line. Taking a quick look here at his minutes, we see that Tatum is playing a heavy dose of minutes, averaging above 39 minutes per game in his last 10 games. It is a little bit higher than we'd like to see to take his under for this line. However, although he has a pretty high minutes, it is not necessarily a total or have been reflected into his total stats, especially when compared to this current line that he has. Now, on the regular season, Jason Tatum was a pretty solid scorer as well as a decent playmaker for the Boston Celtics, averaging just under 27 points per game and just under 5 assists. However, during these playoffs, he has taken a significant step back in his scoring, dropping to about 24 points per game. And we expect a similar performance in this game as well. So for all these reasons, again, we'll be taking Jason Tatum for less than 35.5 points plus assists. All right, these are our picks for today. And after we finish reviewing, let us know down in the comment section which of these picks you will be taking, as well as the ones you won't, or any other lines that you think have a great chance of hitting. So for our picks, we took Jrue Holiday for less than 17.5 points plus assists. We took Obi Toppin for more than 12.5 points plus rebounds. And finally, we took Jason Tatum for less than 35.5 points plus assists. Now, we're not saying to take all these picks and throw them all to some huge parlay, but overall, these could be useful additions individually to the overall entries that you have in mind. And we also do want to remind you to take a moment and hit the like button, because if this video gets above 250 likes, as we've challenged you guys, we will be dropping a bonus pick in tomorrow's video. Now, we want to share with you a sports betting tool that is going to take your game to the next level. Daily Grind's Fantasy Optimizer is one of the most comprehensive sports betting tools available. It's not just PrizePicks, it's not just Underdog. It'll actually show you line discrepancies across all the major sports betting books, such as FanDuel, DraftKings, BetMGM, and much more. One of its best features is its ability to provide you with a multi-leg parlay. So, for example, if you want to find out what the best 6-pick flex was on PrizePicks, you could simply click right here and have it generate for you the best 6 correlated picks that are most likely to hit. And it'll also tell you the odds of them hitting as well. One of its best features is that it runs on a live, up-to-date system. So if it's on PrizePicks, if it's on Underdog, or any of the other major sports betting books, it'll be here live as well. So again, if you're looking to take your sports betting to the next level, click our link in the description below and use code BLITZ. Again, that's code BLITZ for 25% off all your orders. If you're new to the channel, take a moment to subscribe and turn on your post notifications so that you can have early access to our picks as soon as we post and before the lines get bumped. We thank you for watching. We thank you all for your recent support, and we'll see you tomorrow.